sorry, I scrolled past it. Cone of Cold. It's a area of effect non-concentration spell, and telekinesis.
So you can lift things.
Seems like it could be useful.
Now, where's Shadow?
There he is.
There he comes. Okay. All right. Sorry, I got yawn. That's a long day. All right, yeah. Thanks, Gary. Hello, folks. Those out in Twitch land. Let's play some D&D. Oh, my overlays. Holy moly, what's going on? Looks like I'm Little Man. Let me, it's because I moved my cam for Lori's deal. That was right. I totally forgot about that. Darn it. Let me fix that. That might. So, and I hate this when it does it. 1 second. Now we go. Okay, perfect. All right. Hey, Cyber. Good to see you. Let's get started. We're Tuesday night D&D. If we don't have a mess up when we start a game, it's just not the rejects. So let's get our introductions going. They leveled up. Linder is in the middle of leveling up since he did not get to join us last week. And we'll give him a rundown of the mayhem that happened last week and exactly where they're at. But Kieran, you're up first.
Okay, Kieran Songsville. I'm now at level 12 Blade Singer, half of Blade Singer. And I promise I've given everything back to Linder that I took or borrowed.
Folinial. Jeffrey, take care of that. Jeffrey.
Folinial is now the 12th level Wood Elf Druid Monk.
That's correct. It's Mad Mage time. That is right. Shadow.
I am Shadow, a 12th level scout.
Linda.
I forgot I put push to talk on, my bad. Alright, everybody, I'm playing Linder. I'm a 12th level half-elf bard wizard.
And Quetzal.
Quetzal, a 12th level lizard folk fighter paladin.
Okay, well, who wants to tell Linda what happened last week? Don't all jump at once.
You missed it. We passed on having a big fight.
Ow.
We actually met Hallister, or at least an image of him of some type. A weird-looking master mage kind of dude. And his school, he had quite a few students with him. They were a little bit scary. We managed to back away from a fight. He granted us access passage through his school into the next level as well. Free passage, by the way, since we took out that bone devil. And we've been thanking our each other ever since that we passed up on that fight.
Now we should go back and do it.
Oh boy.
One moment as the channel pauses in recognition for the presence of King Bashman in chat. We humbly bow before you.
Yeah, so after chatting with Hallister and seeing probably half a dozen or more students and some of their minions that kind of came down some of the different hallways. Hallister, the headmaster, allowed passage back, through where y'all already knew where the exit was, but he, he basically had violence and turbulence escort y'all to the down exit to the next level, and chatting with violence and turbulence, knowing that they were still going to try to see if they could push their way through and finishing up school, but they, weren't real happy with all the circumstances, and one of the other students was really kind of irritating them and getting on their nerves and trying to inflict his way on them, and so there was some animosity going on with the students, but he did allow it to pass and invited the wizards, those with wizards' abilities, to come study at the school anytime. but y'all passed for the moment. So y'all went down the stairs and found some dilapidated rooms, except for one of the rooms was kind of like a pantry area where y'all found a chest of preserving, which was a magical chest that whatever kind of perishable and things that are put in it will not age, will not be perished. So they found that under a table, and then found a secret room that had a statue in it of a drow male. No, actually it was two females, wasn't it? There was a female, and I think Quetzal actually went up to examine it, was going to push it over, and when Quetzal touched it, he disappeared somewhere. And so the rest of the group had to decide what to do. So I think, Karen, didn't you go next, I think? Shadow did? Okay. So, yeah, one by one, they ended up touching the statue, which transported them. Linder, you'll see where the two stars are at in the map. You're transferred over to one on the east side, which was another similar looking but different statue. It was not the same female. There was actually, I think, "Send her my love." I think actually each one of y'all traveled across. This message kind of came into you telepathically that you all heard. Some female voice and a ghostly voice said, "Send her my love." But then y'all ended in the room to the north and making your way down. There was 4 drow. Thanks, Gary. In a room here, and they basically caught wind that one of them was kind of giving the evil eye to the other 3. And he made a move to pull out a dagger kind of stealthily from his backside, kind of like he had hidden. And when y'all attacked, this drow attacked the companion that was next to him and trying to take him out. So when y'all dispatched the drow, he dropped his weapons on the ground and kneeled down and revealed to you his name, which is Sornaz.
Wow, look at that ferocious
Oh, wow.
monster.
You're already getting things off with a bang, apparently. Okay. He basically revealed the fact that he is actually not of the house of... where's the house of... oh, God, I hate these names. Arvrandar. That he's another house of Fraith, and he's got a companion here that wants y'all to meet with. They're basically, the house that they're a part of wants to destroy the house that's trying to take over this level and reestablish a base of operations to infiltrate more levels of the Mad Mage dungeon. And so he just is basically waiting on y'all's decision on what to do. Y'all ventured over to the right to find some posh rooms. There is the room you're standing in right now. What was in this room? It was a big dining room, big ceiling with 30-foot high 30-foot high ceiling, big chandelier hanging on it. Looks like spiders. Most of all the carvings and the stonework and anything that resembles spiders or webs and things like that. And there's a large fresco on this wall of an elven city. And you found some flatware, some silverware and some cabinets. And that's basically where we left off after meeting this drow who is waiting what y'all want to do. He says he'll take you down through the south doors to where his companion that would possibly want to speak with y'all because they have information and he's willing to barter information for some help and things like that. So that is what happened last week while you were gone, if that made any sense. Okay, good to know.
Follow.
Yeah, we were moving into this room, checking out the space.
Yeah. Yep.
There's some. It was very nice, very detailed. It was clean. It looked like it was polished, right? It was
Oops.
no dust.
There. Yeah. This room is for these rooms are clean. There's no doubt about it.
It's a big table in the middle.
What I was supposed to find out, god dang it, is the voice. I still can't find the damn what the voice is supposed to be saying to y'all. That pisses me off because I was looking upon. I see all that. I've seen all these things. I'm just gonna say you hear a female voice. You can't make out what it's saying though, but there's a female voice of Elvish. Really? Oh my god.
Hey guys, sorry about that. I lost power.
You're fine. You
I'll
didn't miss
listen
much. Me stumbling again. That I thought I tried to find again real quick if I'm just overlooking it, but I am not. And there's supposed to be a female voice y'all can hear, but y'all, what's up, Logo? I'll let you know that you do hear some type of female voice, but you're uncertain of what it's saying. You move into this room.
I remember there being some female voice we were hearing up by that statue. Is that following us down here?
That voice is different. Now, and what you heard is when you touched the statue on the west side and transported over to the east side, that female voice said, "Send her my love." The voice you're hearing, though it is female, will say it's a little bit harsher in sound and inflection than the one that you heard when you touched the statue. Okay? Y'all step into this room, and you've got a massive fireplace that dominates the east wall. And
I do still have place going. So you want fresh stealth rolls?
I don't know. Y'all can. There are 6 stuffed chairs and a chase lounge arranged around this fireplace, you know. And you see double doors to... And my dog just really, really wants to go after it. Thanks a lot. Thanks, dog. Thanks a lot. There are, the lounges, the chase lounge, or the chase lounge, 6 stuffed chairs, and then there is 2 little, like, carved statues here and here. They look like dragons, kind of perched up.
Do they look like the same statue or mirror images? Or like
Yeah,
separate?
they're mirror images of each other. Yeah. Yep. There's not a speck of dust in the room. Except for, you see some rubble, some stone, just a little bit of rubble stuff in the fireplace. Linder, Quetzal, what are y'all doing?
One moment.
Quetzal I'm assuming is keeping the eye on our Drow friend.
Yes.
But that's just what I think he's doing. Hello.
Is this thing on?
It is on now. Okay. Everyone's here. Those doors are open, just so you know. There be dragons. Millennial moves up to the fireplace.
It wouldn't feel right if I didn't search the fireplace.
Yeah, you see some rocks in there. It looks like somewhere up above, some of the rock or the chimney area may have caved in.
It would have to be some sort of chimney for it to go all the way to the surface.
There would be, but whatever it is, something's caved in up inside the chimney.
Can we see anything to the south?
Sure can. You see what looks to be another room. Millennial actually gets a little bit more. You just see someone into the room, and it looked like there was a big desk sitting in the middle of the room.
I'm going to search for traps on this door.
Go right ahead. You do not talk to me.
I'm gonna check out the statue and search for stuff.
It's just a stone statue of a dragon kind of up on its hind legs.
I'm going to inspect this statue.
Perception check of the tower, please. Ooh, you did not pass that perception check, Shadow. I guess that's a warning.
Okay.
Metagaming if I want to go and search that statue.
Well, yeah, you walk up, you look up to it and you see a statue. I'm just giving Shadow, letting him know. Oh my God, you rolled even worse. Whoosh. The way Shadow stepped up to the deal, so you have advantage on deck saves, right, Shadow? Don't you?
I don't think I have advantage, but I do have evasion, so...
Yeah, well, you may have to use it here in a sec. Okay, that's a horrible evasion roll. Yeah, you're not liking this trap. Do you want to use a inspirational point again to...
I mean, the most I can get is a half. I'll
Yeah.
try it anyways. I'll use an inspiration to reroll.
Yeah. Okay, yes, you jump, yeah, so what, because when you came at it a different direction, well, Flinnial, if you're going to move around like that, you can set off the trap too, thanks, appreciate it, because it's when you step here. 1 second, Shadow, boosh, the mouth of the dragon opens up quickly, and a cone of fire whooshes out, and you'll take...
I'll take none with the invasion.
Yeah, you would have taken... Oh, you can give yourself all that back. Whoosh! Flinnial, you can make me a dex save here. Let's see. You'll take half. Whoosh! Kaboom! Both of those statues let loose a cone of flame.
I should have taken half of that, you said. So
Oh, you didn't? Oh.
No one could give me all of it, so I did half.
Yeah, do half. My bad, because it... Huh. Why did it not do that right? Thank you for catching that.
Probably not.
Huh. Okay. So the rest of y'all guys hear so you see a large blast of light, and you feel heat come from the other room. Kieran, Linder.
I'm like, well, that wasn't so bad.
as you see smoke rising up from Millennial. Kieran? Did we lose him again?
As he made it back in, he did say that he lost power. So
Yeah, so he may have lost it.
Yeah,
again.
I'm on my phone, but I'm not yet able to. Get
Oh,
back
you're off
online
the.
until-
Oh, I got it. Okay, now I'm catching. You're not. Okay, so you're standing in the other room over there. Are you? You're standing next to the big table and all that. And you heard the big roar of fire in the other room. Do you want to move anywhere?
I definitely want to. Am I the only one left standing out?
No, Linder's finally moving into the room, and I'm Quetzal. What are you doing?
I would move with Linder.
That's fine. I don't hear you, Quetzal, if you're talking.
I was not.
What are you doing?
I am standing watching this drow. because
Okay.
I'm trying-
You're just gonna stand over him and be imposing.
Yep.
Okay. All right. He just kind of sits back on his haunches there, and because y'all have his weapons, he dropped them on the ground or you kicked them away, whatever. Okay. Yeah, and you move across from Flinny. You'll see in the other room there, the south, as you're patting off your burnt clothes, what looks to be like a study. There's a big
Okay, I'm gonna
desk.
do some and mend my clothes.
Okay. Yep. And you see several bookshelves full of books.
So hopefully there's no traps on this side.
You don't detect any. Yeah, you walk in there, you see an elegant Zerkwood desk. There's a thin matching chair behind it. Carved into the east, west, and south walls are rows of bookshelves.
And that's the table in the middle, is that what you said?
Desk.
Alright, I'll come check out the desk.
The big desk. Wooden desk.
Yeah, great. Is there anything on it?
Not on the desk. No, there's not. Except for books and the shelves.
I will check out the books and the shelves.
There are books there. Would you believe a lot? You're starting to go through them all, and they're like blank. There's nothing written in the books that you're looking at, as though they're a book and full of empty pages.
That's awesome.
Yes, it's quite exciting. None of the books you don't see, nothing pulls your attention when you're looking at the shelves. Except lots of books, but they're, like I said, the pages are empty. Would y'all leave the cat alone? We'll follow. So keep Kieran. We'll move him to watch.
Yeah, my lights just came back on, so I just got to get the router reconnected, and I'll be back shortly.
All right.
All right.
We
At least it
good. We
wasn't
ain't
a
going
long
nowhere.
one.
Yeah. Yeah. Not going anywhere.
We had tornado warnings and stuff around here today.
Yeah, you bet y'all did. But kaboom. All right, what else we doing?
Right now, I'm just kind of watching Millennial because it doesn't seem to be a whole lot going on in that room.
There is not.
Need to take a closer look
That's
at
a
the books.
really massive desk.
Yeah, just because I'm drawing it. It's a bigger desk, but it's not like 15. Sorry, that's just me. Sorry, don't mean to. Let's just say it's like this. Quit. I was trying to. What I really wanted to do was make it longer.
It's too bad they won't let you do oblong shapes.
Yeah, or rectangles, but that's all I. Let's just say, that's all. Just an ornate big wooden desk.
I'm gonna inspect these books a little more closely.
No. Most of them are blank. But then you come across one on the eastern wall. This happened to kind of catch because the page was kind of indented in, and you open it up, and it actually has a title on the inside of it that says "Matrons of the Sunless Depths," written in Elvish.
Oh, cool. What's it say?
Yeah, you can tell. You can see that the writing is in Elvish, and it says "Matrons of the Sunless Depths." Is what the title of the book says.
I started reading the book.
You begin reading it. It's been written. The author is Volin Velv Arvindar, which is
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, exactly. I hate him. Which is what you recognize. The last name is the name of the clan that is occupying this area, and it begins to give you a treatise of the importance of the Drow matriarchy. She just rambles on about it. You can just see there's pages of it.
I'm gonna close the book.
Yep. Just a book written by a female Drow.
I was more interested in these blank books.
They're just blank.
Hiding something. I guess detect magic is original.
You are? Is that right? Because you're a little soft on your vocal.
Yeah, I am going to cast detect magic as a
ritual. You don't get any ping of magic at all.
Interesting.
Ken, you're going to be told to not step closer to the statues because
Okay, got it.
they outlined a pressure plate on the ground.
Thank you.
Rough guess, how many empty books are on these walls?
About 100, maybe, except for the one that he found that was on the eastern wall. But you've got bookcases on the west wall where you're at, and there's some books behind the desk, and then there's on the eastern wall.
I'm gonna have to come back to these in the future.
What did you find?
100 empty books, but there were money.
Found one that had something in it.
Did you grab it? The one you found with something in it?
I would have put it back down on the desk.
So it wasn't anything important then.
Mm-mm.
No.
I'll attempt to open the door.
The door to the north. You, it is not locked, and you open it up. Wait. You see a room, and in the room is a Zirkwood bed draped with spider silk, straight by a spider silk canopy, stands against the north wall. A tall rectangular mirror is mounted on the east wall, right here. It's a good size mirror. It's a medium full size mirror, surrounded by a big stone frame that's part of the wall. That's all you see. You move closer into the room, and you can see that there is something etched on the bottom of the stone frame of the mirror.
What does it say?
Well, you had to go look.
I can't see it from 10 feet away.
It's etched in the bottom of the frame. There's some words there. Look at him moving along the wall. Like, what do you think? You see... trying to see. It doesn't tell me what language it's in, so we're just going to have to assume that it's common. You see the letters...
It's the way out again. We saw that one before.
Do you say that?
Yeah.
The gate. Whoom, 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 whoom.
Oh no.
Hey, we've seen this one before on an earlier level, so this one is going to go up. Yeah, we saw the exact same thing where it had the same letters and it spells way out backwards.
When he said it, as soon as you heard him say the words, the gate comes to life. Whoom, whoom, whoom.
So this one goes up, so we don't need to take this one. Of course, I don't really remember where. I just remember seeing it.
Yeah, it's great to know the gate's there, though. It's a good find. And we don't know how far up it goes. Maybe one level.
I'm going to tell you, it was up on the level with the giants and the mini tower, the mini castle.
I was going to say 2 or 3 levels up, so
Yeah.
yeah, I think that was what, 7?
Yep,
So that would
it was
have
7th level.
been-
Okay, yep. Islanders booming out. Shadow, Shadow, hold on. Unfortunately, you won't be surprised, but you hit when you moving there, all of a sudden you run into something, and it is a brief, and unfortunately, really, I can't even hit. Golly, this creature, it swings at you, but you back out of the way, and another one forms right by the bottom. Initiative rolls, please. Holy,
I got my minimum. Yay!
holy God! I can't even roll good. Oh my God! Yeah, we're just
Okay,
starting
only
off
one
with
of
a
us rolled
bang.
good initiative.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody's rolled up. Quetzal, you won't know what's going on, so you will be residing this one out along with Sornaz. All right.
Well, Neil, don't you and Shadow usually get advantage on initiative because of your daggers?
I don't anymore because I'm no longer
It's-
attuned to the dagger.
You're not. Oh. That's a good question.
I attuned to something else.
All right. But he's not surprised by my man because of his alert, right? Didn't I read that right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. So,
That's
pooey
why
on
I
you.
could attune
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
dagger.
What good does it do him? Yeah. All right, Kieran.
Is this door open still? I
Mhm.
can see through the door?
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
As we see those two spring up, I'm going to cast Slow. It says I can alter time up around 6 creatures of my choice. So I just want to target those 2 guys.
See.
Wisdom save. Let me drop this real quick.
Succeeded and a failure. One slowed, one isn't. Let me make sure there's anything they have on. Okay, so did they roll those both with
Advantage, yeah.
They did.
Looks
Just
like
making sure. Making sure. Yep, because they have advantage on those throws, on those saves. Okay, so you got one of them slowed.
All right, I dropped it, and yeah, I'm gonna stay right here and keep an eye on see what's happening with those two dudes.
Conveniently, it's the one that's closest to Shet.
Yep.
Boo.
I'll pass.
All right, pass your turn. Shadow.
Okay, I will actually shadow step behind them.
Oh, here comes his. What's now? Vantage roll for Duff. Oh, thanks, Cyber. Please tell me I have.
Hang on.
God.
There's two Duffs on this call.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, he's not immune to your damn stun attacks.
Well, that's good.
Damn it. I gotta talk to wizards about this. There's a bed there, Shadow, that you're stepping on. You're gonna step into the bed? Are you gonna be bouncing?
I can kind of jump over it.
You're jumping on it right now. You're on it.
I'll jump on it and I'll keep running.
Okay.
Do you want any kind of roll for that?
No. I'm just letting you know if you were gonna be standing on top of the bed. You know, he basically bouncing, boing, 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 boing.
I'll use my field agility to keep moving and get in the corner.
All right. Lineal.
All right, I will step over there. That's my bonus action, and I'm going to save attack action until the first one comes close enough.
You're holding your attack action. Is that right? You've trailed off there. Okay. All right.
Skipped my turn.
Oh, because he changed. Yep. Here. Okay. All right, you step into the room, or you step up to the door, Linder, and you see a big hulking earth elemental. He doesn't look friendly. Firebolt. Powie. Okay.
Distance of fire. Okay.
Now it's my turn. All right. So this one, he will. One moment. All right. Second. Sure, this is right. And 60 feet. All right. Come here, boys. I need you. Okay. We'll summon those. Alright, that is his turn. The other one is stunned, cannot do anything. And
He
then
does get a. Is it? I think he gets the roll for his save on the slow though.
Alright. Give him the
No, it says at the end of the round. I think it looks like it at the end of the round. So he is kind of the end of the round. So.
It's the end of the round for him, end of his turn, or does it say round for slow?
It says round right on him right now, so it says save on the end of round. But he's also at the end of the round, so because Quetzal and whatever the other
No, he's not. No, he's not. So don't always assume that. Okay, so within the round, we'll throw the save here in a second. The other one waved his hands and did something, and there is going to be a little bit of a surprise happening for the boys in the back.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. 2 attacks, 1 claw, 1 trident, and these are going to be with advantage. Really? God, all right, so can you hit him with this one, maybe? Okay, that's just the dumbest thing ever. I can't hit a broadside of a barn. Holy moly! Bam!
What was attacking me?
You're finding out right behind you. They've appeared right behind you.
That's the question of.
Uh-huh.
When we have a surprise round, we get 1 attack. But when they get a surprise attack, they get to attack twice.
No, they're not. They're surprised. They're there. He cast them, and they're there now. So it's not a surprise round anymore. You're part of combat.
Okay, they're just there. Gotcha.
Yeah. So the second one, there's you're just gonna find out that these all appear behind you. Yeah, and there's a claw. And a trident, sticky.
Can I use shield?
Mm-hmm.
What did he?
First one would have hit you with a 16.
Yeah, if I can use a reaction.
Yeah, you can.
I'll make that miss.
Okay. So
it gives me a 21 AC for the rest.
Yeah,
of the
trust me.
For the rest.
Got it.
Yeah. Here, have it back. Clutch. Hey, good to see everybody in chat. Welcome to the Rejects. Anybody new out there? We're in the middle of Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Everybody's having a good time. Okay, so did I give you that back? So now, okay, so he's the second one did his trident attack and miss 2, and then the last one will claw at Linder and try to trident him. Awesome. Kieran, you've got guests behind you. Now you're facing them now. Y'all can choose which way to face, I'm assuming. It's up to y'all.
All right. So the guy right in front of me, I will bonus action Blade Sing.
Okay.
Blade. See what we can do here. I'll attack this guy right here in the middle.
Remind everybody, we'll be off next week. We've got a full week of programming here, but next week we are taking off for prepare for our birthday week celebration coming up, starting on the 17th. Actually going to start, I've talked about it, but I'm going to get back and doing some painting on Monday nights. We're going to see if I can keep it up, because I have promised this and done it a couple times already and keep getting distracted, but I cleaned up the painting area, and we're going to try to get back into some miniature painting on Monday night, since there's really nothing kind of going on the channel, and we need to paint. So hopefully we'll start.
I got your luck.
I know. I gave it to you. It's awesomeness.
I'm gonna. I'll stay. I'll pass.
Pass the turn. Shadow.
Okay. I am I am again going to Shadow Step.
Okay.
I'm going to throw the stun back on him for the moment.
Correct.
I don't think I have him targeted anymore. There we go. That will work better.
Yep. No, Cyber, we'll be off all next week. Channel's gonna go dark for vacation. Just kind of, it's just take the week off, and then we'll be back starting that Monday. Like I said, I'm gonna do some painting, and then a full week of streaming. So, and then hopefully we'll have an announcement on a new show that's gonna start up next month or 1st of October for Greyhawk Con. But yeah, next week we will be off. The channel will be dark.
I'll stay where I am for now.
But we will be giving away prizes. We've got dice, some dice trays, things like that will be given away during the streams all week of my birthday. All right, Linder.
Perfect opportunity. I'm going to use sleep on that.
No, Chubbs. I'm assuming lots of people have lots of dice and have not had a chance to play, at least in person. That's why we have flourished here on the channel and all the cons that we've been helping run virtually now, just with the circumstances. What did you do? Is that sleep?
Sleep on them, yes.
27 points?
Yep.
Nothing happens.
But it would be targeting something.
Yeah, but he's not. He basically just rolls that in the number of hit points for a particular creature. If there's 27 points or lower, would knock him out.
It's an area, but it's like a 25, I think.
Yeah, but nothing there. None of them fall asleep.
Wow. That's okay. They're all more than 27 hit points. That's considerable for.
Or immune. They might be immune to it.
Could be.
Yes. Too many things are immune to sleep.
That was a good shot, though. It's a good try.
Elves and half elves.
So I just realized that the Earth Elemental has a 10-foot reach, so I'm actually going to attack the guy that's stunned. That's what I want to. No, I wanted to be right where I was at before. So you were.
Okay, my bad. Right there. Okay.
I want to keep this guy from getting past me, so I'm going to attack the other guy. But
Oh, I got you. Okay, got you. Okay. Well, Chubbs, we can help out there. We got opportunities coming up, and we've got other channels also that we are friends with that have possibilities for games. So if you're not a member on the Discord server, guys, throw up that link for them. Hop in there just to say hi, and there's always a game going on. Plus, like I said, there's still plenty of cons that are almost happening every month right now, virtual cons. And getting in on games like that is super easy. Okay, well, okay, he does not appreciate that you are in front of his face, and so 1 minute he's there. Boop.
Oh, this just got interesting.
All of a sudden, 1 minute he's in front of the Earth Elemental, the next minute, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Yeah. Kabooming. He's right there. And, yep, kaboom, but it's all he can do. He got out of the way. Now,
He's stuck.
Oh, you stunned him again, you bum. Alrighty, these guys will. This one.
I also wanted to say that I roar as loud as I can.
Okay. You roar. Roar. Or is it more like a meow? No, that's the cat. Sorry. This one is going to... The first one right in front of Linder and Kieran is going to... What did I say? What was that? That was a 20... Okay. So let's put this...
Is he
What
casting?
was that? Yeah, he just passed gas. And
Spell.
yeah, it's really bad. So the whole area is now obscured. And there's
Hang on a minute.
What?
I said he's casting, right?
Yes. Well, he has. Well, he
spell.
has an innate ability. He just does it. It's not. It's they don't have to
Oh,
go through the
okay.
motions and all that. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so the answer is no. Then he's not casting.
He's not
Gotcha.
casting. Sorry, yeah, but he is magical though. But he did. Yeah, he put his butt up in the air and you two.
He farted. A big
He
cloud.
farted. Yes, he did. Both of y'all failed. Would you want to use inspiration to reroll
Yes.
that? Kieran?
Yep.
All right, I'll do it again.
Thank you.
Now you both succeeded. Does that mean only half? Yeah. Okay. So your concentration is still on Karen, and y'all take half damage from the lovely cloud of poisonous gas that is now totally obscuring the area. Next ones will... What does he do? He will... Oh, really? He can do the same thing. Ooh. But he's just going to wipe the smirk off the... Really? I hate my rolls tonight! Okay, there we go. And we'll give you some points. And you need to... Oh, did you do shield?
Yes.
He says it so dejectedly. Alright, that should be back to you. And the other one will do the same now. The other one will try to wipe, miss, and try to sticky. And miss. Wow. Kieran.
Are we able to see in this gaseous?
You could see
Cloud?
them right on the edge where you're at. What cloud kill? Let's see. It says that the 20 foot of yellow-green fog. The fog spreads around the corners. It lasts for the duration. Yeah, the area is heavily obscured. So you're seeing, everybody right in the general vicinity, but if you were to look behind you, you have no idea what's going on behind you at all. So.
Got it. Okay. I'm gonna have a little fun with a new spell that I got called Steel Wind Strike.
Okay, what the hell is that?
It isn't new. I've had it for a while. I've just never used
let's
it.
see. Okay.
Steel as in the metal steel. Let me just...
Yeah, I'm reading it. You flourish
Okay.
the weapon used in casting and then vanish to strike. You flourish the weapon used in casting and then vanish to strike like the wind. Choose up to 5 creatures you see within range. Make a melee spell attack against each target. On a hit, the target takes... What?
I know.
What the hell is that? 6d10 force damage? Oh my lord. And then you teleport to space with 5 feet from one of the targets you hit or missed within 5 feet. So you're basically just shifting positions on them. So You got the creatures you all can see. You will know they're all there. I don't have a problem with that because you're right on the edge of the circle. Holy moly! All right.
That's a nice skill.
Hell yeah!
It actually works quite well with this sort of the play style of the character, which I thought was really cool with the Blade Singer. So
Yeah.
quite nice.
That's
Now,
the first time
Creature
I've
2
haven't seen
is
this
out
one
of
at all.
range.
The creature in the back. Well, you can't see him.
Yeah, he's out of range anyway.
Yeah.
So I targeted these 4 here in front
Yeah,
of me.
you can see them. Yeah, you're fine.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so let's drop this. It only went to 3, didn't it? Yeah, 1,
So,
2, 3. Who do we?
make-
Damn it.
I see. Yeah, that only target. Go ahead and give them the damage.
Yep.
Okay, let's go ahead and roll the damage. All right, and then we'll do the other one. Okay, so now untarget them and target the other one. Okay, and
Yeah, let me see who I targeted. So, creature 19, 1, and 14.
oh, okay, that's true. So you missed 13. All right, so target him, and then give him a save.
Got it.
And we'll use the same damage. Okay, so he failed, so he's gonna get the.
I missed.
Oh, you missed him.
Yeah, it's just
It missed him. Gotcha. Okay.
And I'm gonna teleport. It said within 5 feet.
Feet.
Yep, I'm gonna
That's
end up
exactly what it
there.
says. Yep.
All right, that's
Okay.
a dud. Oh well.
Okay.
Oh, you did some damage and you got to move.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is some damage. I wasn't. Okay. Shadow.
So I'm going to again put the stun back on him.
Yep.
He succeeded that one. He failed.
Yeah.
Okay, that will be my turn.
Hey, Linder.
Move right there.
Okay.
And all 4 of them need to make dex saves.
Awesome.
Lightning bolt or something.
I'm gonna bump it up to 5th.
What are we doing?
5th level lightning bolt.
Oh, line and okay. Yep. Target away.
It couldn't be a more perfect line. Good job.
Truly.
This is when you want to use lightning bolt.
Only one of them succeeded.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Nice shot. Nice shot.
Oh man, they're all partially resisted too. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, imagine the visual. I blink at each one of them and swing a sword attack, and then you move over and lightning bolt them all. It's pretty awesome.
Not really for me. It's not. No, not really. So.
Oh,
Yes, it is.
They barely took any damage. You can quit your belly aching.
Faux lineal. Okay, so you're moving in.
Down there.
Yeah, do
Oh,
you?
that's
Oh wait, hang on.
I have to get down there, but I have tremor sense, so I can tell her.
Yeah. I just think you're gonna take. Is it on? When
Is he not immune to poison?
I am immune to poison.
Okay, never mind then. Okay, so is that my boy? He's still stunned.
Hang on, I'm confused. I'm looking at this math here.
What now?
Why did that distribute the way that it did? It was 33 on the roll, and then automatically halved it for all of them, and then halved it again for the ones who
because they
succeeded.
resisted it. The ones who
Usually it shows the full number of damage, though.
the ones that failed to save, they would take half damage, and the ones resisted
They took half of that.
Yeah,
Because you
it
felt
usually
really
shows. It usually shows the. It usually shows the full damage number in the first box, though.
It's doing the same way. It's got 33 on the dice. And it's
No, it looks exactly the way it normally goes.
Okay,
That's
sure.
normal.
All right, whatever. Sure. I'm just losing my mind. That's fine.
You are. So, just so you know. Okay.
You missed last week, so.
Yeah, you
Play
did.
with the bundles of resistance.
That's right. Okay, so makes 2, 6, melee, or okay, make 2 or make a 1. Oh, he could have hit and then teleported. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, he's not dumb. Boop. And he will.
Attack of opportunity?
No, he teleports.
Okay.
Although, you know what I didn't do? I didn't put the extra dice on.
Alright, Kieran, I don't think your shield's going to help you here.
That's dangerous.
I'm not sure about that.
All right. No, I'll take it. That's fine.
Really? Can you beat it? Would it have been a 25? What?
With Blade Song and Shield? Yeah, I think so.
Well, make sure.
26.
So
I mean,
AC
yeah,
is. Yeah, it would have then. Why?
Is
We
it
need
a-
to.
Is it?
Well,
okay
if
if I
you
do
want to
the
use shield, if you want to use, I mean, yeah. So it was a 25. I mean, so at the moment, he would, and he was going. It's going to 23 points of damage.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, that's a good point. I saw 11 at first, and I was thinking about it, but that was my save on the success. If it's okay to use the reaction, then I'll use it.
No, most certainly is. Yeah, I just thought it wouldn't be that high. So, okay.
Yeah,
So-
but Blade Song really gives me a boost.
Yeah, well,
at my
that's
AC.
there. So it's just the shield part. Okay, so he clanks off you after he teleported. All right, he's stunned, and then these guys can they do this? Say what now?
Need to add the shield effect.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I don't know why. Unless do I have it in the conditions and effects? I'm trying to look. Is shield there? If not, I'm gonna put
Yeah,
it
it had
there.
it. You just need to put it on when you can.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
There you go. Good. Okay. Okay, so they can do the same thing, which is good to know. He will pop and miss, I'm assuming. Oh, he hits, so he's going to give you some damage. And then he's going to... teleport there. This one will...
Want to teleport stuff?
He teleported. They can attack and teleport. And then he will do the same. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Yeah, so we're good enough. Alright. But that's it for their turn. Kieran.
That's Quetzal not good at music.
He's intently watching the drone.
Yeah, but there's combat and yelling and screaming going on there. He doesn't have a chance to hear that and come over.
No, he does not. Quetzal, maybe a perception roll. He would be. He's ominously looking over the drow. No, he doesn't hear it. Or he can use inspiration to reroll that. I don't think that's Quetzal's decision. But Kieran, you're up.
Mission, you want to re-roll that Quetzal.
Oh, they're gonna do me quite enough good. All right.
Yes, I want to. Okay.
I will move 5 feet this way. I need to get within 30 feet of creature 19. I
Okay.
think that probably gives creature 1 a op attack.
Yeah, it would. Okay. Yeah, but I don't know if I'm going to hit because your shield's still on, right?
Yep. 26.
Does he have 10-foot reach?
Well, he moved.
Well,
he was beside him
yeah.
when he moved away. Yeah, it's an op shot. He's right. So.
I just the demon. If he has a reach of 10 feet, then he's not out of his reach.
But Kieran was in when Kieran was already in 5 feet.
He's saying
But if he has a 10-foot reach, moving back 5 feet doesn't give an op attack.
I don't know if what his reach is. I would say if his reach is 10 feet, then he's not out of reach.
Oh, his reach is. No, I see what you're saying. No, he's just got a great axe. So just a 5 foot reach. Okay, Kieran, your target. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this still wind strike again.
Yep.
It's such an awesome spell. All right, here we go. So I got them all 4 targeted now. I think 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4.
You
Yep,
do.
that works.
I see 4 creatures targeted. I see 2 hits.
I hit 2, right? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, good roll. Nice.
Took some heavy
Nice.
damage.
And I will pop up over here. And I'll pass the turn. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Let's
Alright.
see what we can do in damage.
Yeah. Oh, there it finally comes. I knew we were going to get it sooner or later. Oh, he's still standing.
Nice shot.
He's not looking good, though. Really? Are you kidding me?
Woo!
2 crits in a row. That ain't fair.
Well done. Well done, dude.
Take care of that guy. Of course, now I'm not sure what to do.
Oh, this would have, it moves 10 feet in the room, so it actually, the cloud does move.
Wonderful.
It's coming towards you, Shadow.
And I'm assuming I can't see through it.
You cannot. It is heavily obscured.
Okay. Let's see. My normal movement would be 45. So I guess you'll have to run a save on me.
We'll give you a... You will take...
I'll take that.
Yep.
Yet
We'll
another
take-
20.
Yeah, I noticed that. Alright. Okay.
And I used my bonus for a dash.
Yep.
Wow. You wrote 3 20s in a row.
Basically, yeah.
Don't rub it in.
MVP.
Next level, I'll be immune to poison, so.
Okay. Linda.
I'm just gonna stab him at this point.
Sounds like a good choice.
The Rona. The Rona. what I've got in my rolls, the Rona rolls.
I'll spit out a Skittle.
Anything else? All right. Earth Elemental. Whiff. Oh, but that's not. That's a hit.
Nice damage.
Okay. Well, interesting. What does he want to do? He will. He's already done that, so he can swing. Does he want to try for? He'll hit the big boy. Really? And does he want to go ahead and teleport?
I'm hoping he can't go 35 feet. I guess he could. He didn't come
15,
to me, though.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. He's actually right here. Okay. I think that's, make sure I do that right.
I'll still be able to get him.
Alright, and our boys here. Alright. Well, they could, in actuality, run up, hit him, give him some damage, though they're not doing much, and then, yeah, I guess he can. He can. Okay. They can run up. Little sucker punches they're giving.
Well, that one seems pretty good.
And then
Well, maybe not.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. He'll come back one more. Okay. This one can give Kieran a miss. And he has to be able to see, so he'll put himself here. Now, Quetzal, maybe another perception check. There's something in your line of sight now. Alright. You will see a creature pop up over there on the other side of the table. Now, your choice of what you want to do.
Throw a javelin at it.
It'll be a disadvantage, won't it?
I don't have any javelins,
that's a
but I
shame.
do have a longbow.
Yeah, he's
which
got a
has
longbow, so
short
you're-
range of 150.
Yeah, you're fine with that. I thought, yeah, I would have thought you had javelins too, but you don't. Nope. Ba-ting!
I will use inspiration for that.
Yep, that's fine. Go right ahead. Ba-toom!
Nice.
Ugh. Okay.
Partially resistant to piercing.
I don't like
You
that.
should have a second attack with it.
I do, but I'm going to move closer first.
Okay.
There he goes.
What is going on? He took it, but he's still standing.
Wow.
And then I will use my bonus action to Misty Step 30 feet.
Okay.
What?
Yep. All right. Anything else?
No.
He doesn't do anything. Kieran.
All right, I'm happy to keep my position where I'm at, and I will chill touch. Number 14.
It's not like I don't know what these are. I've seen them, dealt with them.
Damage on that.
Yeah, nice roll.
All right.
I'm going to just make a little move this direction,
All right.
and I'll pass.
Shadow.
Okay then.
This.
I will shadow step there.
Okay.
I'll step 5 feet forward.
Okay.
Nice.
That one is stunned. And I'll move there, letting 14 do a pop.
Si, senor. I will miss. Linder.
Okay.
And in the stream tonight. How are we doing with viewers? Anything exciting happening? Okay. Another hit. Oh. No. Picking on the stun guy. God.
That's
All
the
right.
best part.
Yeah. Faux lineal.
Yeah, I could dash to get down there, but I would get attacked. So I figured I'll just come down here and I'll hold it and attack action in case anybody comes within reach.
Mm-hmm. Alright, he can't do anything, right? He is stunned. Alright, what do these guys want to do? Okay. Well, this one... 14 was the one, so he will... Oops. Well, he's not... okay. But you're immune to it, so it doesn't even make sense for you.
Go ahead and do it if you want, but it's not going to do anything.
Yeah. I'm not gonna even waste it. He won't know that. Say what now? I can't hear. You're breaking up really bad. Say again.
Just continue. I'm gonna work on it.
Oh. Okay, so this one, he lets out a gaseous form. And gets those 3, so Shadow succeeded. Everybody succeeded. Okay, well then you only get half that. And 14,
Wonderful.
He doesn't need this anymore. He will. What can he do? so he could, not knowing you're going to move up, he'll run up to you so y'all can hit each other.
I get to hit him first, Duff, because I have a reach of 10 feet, so I can attack him before.
That's fine. Well, he's still going to hit you. So, well, maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah. What the hell was that? Oh, you got them all. I guess you got several targeted. No, you didn't. Why did it do that?
Yeah, you did.
I did have the Nikoloth targeted also, but I hit the Megaloth, the Mesoloth.
You did. Okay, you'll knock him cold. As he runs up.
Nice.
Yep. This one. Well, he'll stick Quetzal. Missing. And he will 5, 60. And then he can still run too. All right. Quetzal. He ran away.
I don't like that. That's
Well,
not
he
cool.
disappeared first and then ran away. Okay.
I'm going to dash.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all I got.
He's going to come over here. He wants to see what's going on. He's just going to watch. Karen, you, actually, I've already given you the rolls on this. You do that on the start of your turn, so basically you can move now. So, actually, I do that wrong. You're supposed to take that roll on the start of your turn. So,
I'm gonna move out of that space.
yeah, that's fine.
I'll do a bonus action. Second wind.
Okay.
And I'm gonna chill touch this guy. I'm not gonna chill touch that guy.
You can't see him.
Well, I missed either way, but that makes sense why I missed, because I can't see him. And I remember that cloud moved last time, so I'm gonna try to move over into this corner here and see if that helps.
Oh,
Try
okay.
to stay away from that cloud.
We'll see. Shadow,
I'm going to try to leave this.
you
What do you
can.
want me to do about that?
You just make me a perception check. You know which way to go. It's not like you would just could run straight forward if you want, knowing the kind of the room. But just make me a perception check. Unless you fail miserably, I'm not going to have you run into a wall. You're fine. Yeah, you just come running out of it.
I will again shadow step.
2.
For some reason I can't find. There we go.
Okay.
And I'll go to that corner.
Oh.
I'll need to add the stun again.
Oh, that's just, come on. You're just piling it on, pal.
And I guess that would be it for now.
Linder, you may move out of the room area. Okay. Miss. Hit. Kill. Millennial. Oh well. Miss. Miss. Okay. He. What does he want to do? Does step up, stick Linder, give Linder some love, then poof. Poof. And what does he want to do? I guess. He'll move here. Quetzal. Actually, let me check something real quick. Those guys got... Those were Nightcloth. 1 second. He may not be here anymore. That. Like... Really? You can't give me the ends? Do they... Summon... Okay, never mind. He's gone. Got combat. And if I don't think I gave Linder any damage on the last one. Actually, Linder, give yourself back 12 points of HP. Please.
Duff, it looks like you never gave us XP last week.
Did you?
We're still at the minimum XP for the level.
Because I used what I gave you that you had what was left over and all that. And actually y'all leveled up. That's right. Well, hold on. Yeah,
we only had like 70 XP.
Yeah, it wasn't that much. Let me see. Did I not? Hold on. Weird. I did. It shows giving it to you though. Weird. Let me go back and look at the log because it's got a check mark next to it, as though I did give it to you. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, I'm gonna worry about it later. It wasn't that much anyway. Okay. Yeah, y'all are out of combat, and the stink cloud goes away.
Yay!
But you will get those, so let me actually put those into XP while y'all are discussing what to do. Alright.
Now it looks like we could use some healing now.
A smidge.
Well, we could potentially have a rest, short one.
Yeah, we could just hole up in that room to the north and take a rest in there.
We do have this drow though.
Yeah, he's just y'all look back over and he is just he's kind of leaning up against the door out here.
I mean, it's just a short rest.
Tell him to hang out with us while we're doing a short rest.
We're gonna take a short rest, right?
Yeah, just a short.
You don't have to move, Quetzal. I mean, here, I'll unlock tokens. He will come over to look at the damage. We didn't even. He goes. He's looking a little surprised on his face. He had no idea there were any creatures over here.
So
There weren't.
I want to ask him who keeps this room clean? Whose chambers are these?
These are guest apartments to visit the mistress.
And who's the mistress again?
Bolenvelv Otterendarver, or whatever the name of the damn name is. Orvindar.
Yep, got
it. I hate that. They do that on purpose.
I think you need to add a few letters to that.
Yeah, you do. Constants right next to each other. My God almighty. Okay. Anyway, so he comes over there and he explains to you that normally these are just kept for guests.
So while we are chatting with him, we can rest, right?
I will give you a short rest.
Awesome.
Yes, they'll need a custodial staff to come in and clean.
Woo! We're gonna do a song of rest.
Yes.
Nice call. Nice call.
Excuse me.
Does that mean a D6 for all of us extra there?
I'll
Or?
roll it.
He rolls it. He throws it on you.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Looks like it's been
Two
updated to a
ones.
D8.
No, that's my recovery.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Oh.
Hey, shut your hole.
That was awful. We need that louder. Why do they change that all the time? Here we go.
Oh my gosh, another one? Are you kidding me
3
right
ones
now?
in a row.
Oh.
That was a cool fight, though.
That was a little random fight there, and some more tactics. If I pay attention to the monsters more often, they can have their little.
Have them get stunned anyway?
They get stunned, but all the little ones they can shuck and jive,
Yeah.
float like a
guys look at
butterfly,
those ones,
sting like a bee, and they're gonna get immune to stun in the next revision.
Yeah, definitely.
Linda, you're gonna keep giving out. Okay, there's a 6. I was gonna say, keep giving out the ones, pal. Oh, now he's reversed it.
6.
Nice. Thank you.
No problem. Take that, dice.
Doesn't seem very happy about it. I don't know
My
why.
recovery dice are rebelling against me. Of course I'm not very happy.
Oh.
At least I'm still alive to have recovery dice, Mr. Dead Monsters all the time.
He gets so upset with me sometimes. All right. So the Drow looks at the group. He there's nothing else
Does
here.
he use recovery?
Does he use his recovery? Oh, he could actually, couldn't he? I guess.
He's at heavy, so.
Yeah, what is his die? What is his hit die? A D8. All right.
Look any con modifier if he has.
Yep. No, he doesn't actually. So he will. Oh, well, thank you. So then he is back to full. Booped. Boop doop. He says, "Come, meet my fellow companion. He can give you more information." I said she, but it's actually he. Sorry.
Are there any formalities to meet this this
Ooh,
leader?
We are here undercover. All that he has told you so far is, yes, about them wanting to assert the house here, and that, other than that they've got troglodytes in the area that they use, and then there's also this mad mage.
Yep.
Running around that has a what did I tell y'all he had? Dark Elves. Where
Well, he
is
was trying to take this level, and they were fighting back.
Well, he's this unfortunate individual has his upper torso. Remember, is the body of a giant scorpion. And he's been wreaking havoc on the area. And the Drow have not been able to thwart him. That is what he's told you.
Any objections for you guys to go and meet these people? I mean,
Not at this time.
He says, please follow me. And y'all can move to the door.
take me to your leader.
And he tells you, prepare your senses. You will enter the hallway here. You will hear screams. We don't know how they scream, but the skulls, you'll see skulls, and they scream in your head if you move close to them. You will open the door carefully and look to make sure, and you will open the door to see and hallway. Standard, no different. And he proceeds to walk through very slowly, watching y'all. He asks y'all, or he asks Quetzal to, understands that you won't give him his weapons, but he would please get them for him. He would like them back when y'all are done negotiating. And he will slowly walk. And you move up, and you'll see the hallway turns east and west. And he is just slowly walking, not making a sound.
I'm walking slowly, but I'm sure I'm making a lot of sound.
Boom, boom, boom. Okay. And he turns.
I'm making a sound.
Yep. He looks both ways, and he nods his head, and y'all will see multiple things. To the east, you will see a tunnel, a branch that goes off, but it looks like it's collapsed in on itself. You will see the eastern hallway goes down, and you will see multiple nooks or doors, and you will see, he points to right here, and on the ground you'll see a pile of skulls, and he points to those, and he says, just, and there are more along the pile, and he points down, and you can barely see another little pile. We don't know what they're from, but they are Drow skulls, and they have been here for quite some time. Some are in bad shape, some are in good shape, but he says, when you move close to them, you will begin to hear the faint screams, and you will see doors along the southern. As we go to the second door.
What's in the first one?
He will tell you they will not go in that room, for it is
Why?
It is wrong. It is. He says it is. It boils our blood to stand near that door. A Drow's blood.
Okay, I'm gonna come down. Yeah, I was gonna go look at the door.
The door has you can see that it's got some elvish ruins on it, of a harp.
I can read Elvish.
It's just it's just you see it's a harp shaped indentation on it. It's carved in the door. Beautifully carved harp. He just kind of you can see the drow just kind of looks with disgust at the door, and he points to the second one, and you see him move around, and then he comes up and he waits at the door here. You can search. Go right ahead.
Can I read anything of the inscription?
There's nothing inscription. It's just a harp on the door.
There were elven runes inscribed on it.
I didn't say. Sorry, I said ruins. It's just It's just the figure. It's the carving. I meant a bas relief, like a relief. Sorry, wrong word. But you don't detect any traps.
I'll attempt to open it.
You do open the door, and as you do, you begin to hear faint music. Harp music is playing just softly into the room. Across the room, against the deal, you see a altar, and it is a nice stone altar, and it looks like there is a harp carved into it. Blenny, when you move up, you begin to recognize the workings of it. There's some runes worked into the altar of the harp, and it says the hymn is the key. You begin to feel goodness. You're recognizing or feeling an presence of Elistray is in this room.
Do I recognize the music at all?
It's just softly playing. It's just a harp. That it's all. Just harp. Just magically plays throughout the room. Actually, I'm sorry. Yeah, you probably. I'm not even gonna make you roll on it. It's some Elvish hymns, bewailing drow, and it's good to be alive. Elven songs of celebration.
That's it. Hey, I recognize that sound. It's was it good to be alive, as I said?
Yeah. Good to be alive. So it's a beautifully carved stone altar, supports a harp-shaped sculpture. There is also the harp. Worked into the harp's design is a female elf carved to look as though she's leaping into the air, carefree, with her head and arms thrown back.
Nice.
It's good to be alive.
Yep, you just feel, a sense of quiet and calm in this room. You can now understand why the drow would not come in here.
And so I'll actually search the altar and see if there's anything else hidden about it.
You don't detect anything.
And the harp's just magically being played, right?
It's him magically plays throughout the temple. You don't even see it's a stone. It's actually the altar has a harp carved into it, but the stone sculpture itself is a harp shape, but it's not. It's the music's coming from it, but you don't see it being played. It doesn't have strings, but y'all all hear it for certain. What did you say, Felinial? I'm sorry. You said something earlier to the group.
Yeah, it's good to be alive. What's that?
The wall on the south, when you say that, it cracks open.
look, a door.
Well done.
All right. When you move to the door there, Shadow, you can kind of see how it's another hallway. And you hear somewhere off in the distance yelling and cheering. Just a bunch of voices.
Do y'all want to go this way, or should we go talk to the other drow before we go wandering off?
Oh, first I want to take a look at what's this area is first.
Well, you see a hallway. Going off what you see. I need Linder. Linder moved out in the hallway. I need Linder to make me a stealth check, please, at disadvantage. Moved in there. I'm not worried about Shadow. Even with disadvantage, you'll slap me upside the face, but Linder's a different story.
Are we not still under the effects of the
No.
pass trace, or did we
No one cast it.
on, did we?
He's running.
Earlier when I hit.
He's an elemental. Yeah, you're probably fine anyway with that roll. Y'all turn. You can hear coming from the room to the east. You see a bigger. You're not going to see all the room, but there's a big room here, and there are a bunch of drow in this room. There's probably in the range of 14, 15 drow all in here, kind of all around in a circle. There's some fighting going on in the center, and you hear a female voice yelling out, "Do better! That is not the way!" And you hear the rest of the voices are males yelling and cheering and fighting. Ooh, you know, something's going on. You can't really tell, but there's some fighting going on in the center area, and they are all intent on what's going on in the room, not paying attention to what's behind them. Linder, want to go take a look? Okay.
There is a thing going down over there.
What's going down over there?
There seems to be some fighting amongst some drow.
Could be sparring.
What direction was it in?
East.
To the east.
Can go invisible and go check it out. I'm quite curious.
If you want to.
Let's hold off on the Quetzal is waiting with the drow. Let's go talk to them and find out what's going on, and then we can come back to this later.
What was the trick to opening the door again? What was it? A word you said specifically?
I said the name of the song, "Life is Good." And
Click.
open the door.
The door opens up again. Okay.
So there was a secret door on the other end of that room, and there was a whole bunch of drow on the other side. Looked like there was some kind of a fight going on.
When y'all say that to that, he goes, "Yes, that would be Mistress Drenrith. Mistress Drenrith
Just call her
putting
Mistress
Dren she basically teaches and trains the males there, usually taking great pleasure in beating the snot out of all of them, but from time to time she does, have them fight each other to, have us fight each other to, better ourselves. But most of the time,
Yeah.
as with all, she just basically likes to beat up. But there are also, there will be, I'm sure her spider guardians are also in the room there with her, probably up in the ceiling.
Would I be allowed to train there with them?
he kind of he laughs at you would be killed immediately. You would be attacked. You're not a drow.
But I'm a warrior.
He,
They don't care.
yeah, you would know that they wouldn't give a damn about that. They're drow. You're scum. You're lower than troglodytes, Quetzal.
You're probably not that wrong about that.
Yeah, so he would look at you and go, though I don't doubt that you could, take out us as the weaker male, because males, are smaller than the females and all that. But she herself is quite skilled. But they all would follow. They follow her, to the death. So, moving in there, you would face them all. So, shall we speak with my friend Zarin?
Sure, why not?
All right. So he steps, pushes a couple of, kind of pushes on the door, and you see looks to be a room that you can see there's an altar, and 3 of the walls are covered with curtains, black curtains.
I bet there's another secret door at the end of this room.
You see an altar of blood red stone stands near the south wall, and in front of it is another drow on his knees, as though like he's praying to the altar. And Sornaz steps in and pauses for a moment. You see him kind of make some gestures of acknowledgement to, like, a sacred room, and crossing himself, that kind of stuff. And then he kind of, Zarn, I have something that you should see. You should speak with these adventurers. And this Joe, he kind of he's got to pause for a little bit. He's thinking, and then he steps up and he turns and he steps right here, and he kind of motions for everybody to come inside. And Sornaz steps in, and he looks at y'all, and he says, please, this is Zarin Daragon. He is basically my benefactor who I work and report for. And he goes, Quetzal, Shadow, what are y'all doing? And he says, please. He says, I will move. He will come up a little bit more. And he basically explains to Zarn, he says, I have not had the pleasure of their names yet, Master, but they bested the other 3, and I was able to at least sink my dagger into the one, and they have somehow come through. I don't know how, but they came. He basically explains what happens. Y'all came out of the room, surprised the group, encountered the Nycloths and the other group in the other room and all that, and he says, they spared my life in response to I'm telling them to speak with you, that maybe they could be of use in helping us free this level of the vermin house. We can go home. And he just kind of looks and he bows and he says, I am Zarin Daragon. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking to?
I am Linder Balstina. My friend over here, the rock, is not in fact a rock. He is an elf. His name is Felinio, but he can't. I don't think he can. Can you speak common right now?
I thought you could just speak or is it because you can speak whatever the elemental can speak? Is that right?
The regular elemental can speak art, but I retain all of my knowledge and skills, so I have the ability to speak, so I can speak the languages that I know.
Okay. So he nods to you and he nods to the elemental and he looks at the other ones. Please step forward. You stand in the temple of Vaharan. Actually, Shadow can make me a history check at advantage. Vedran.
Okay, thank you.
Vedran. Temple of Vedran. When he says that name, does it mean anything to Shadow? Did he pay attention in school? Yes, he did. You have recognized that name as the Drow god of thieves and assassins.
Interesting.
And he is dressed, they are dressed just like typical Drow sentries and all that, but he has you can just tell that he's a little different. Because you're just that way, Shadow. You're so perceptive.
I am.
He goes, what brings y'all to our doorstep in this troubled time? Why would you venture this far down?
Loot, mostly.
There are some and others throughout the levels. That is true. But he looks at y'all. Why? He goes, it's not often that I could speak or trust surface dwellers of your type, but it does seem fortuitous that you come to us at this time, for we do need a little help to fulfill our mission for our house Wraith. And for that, if listening to what I have to say, maybe we can come to an agreement.
I believe we can.
We should. And he tells you that he has come here to pray to his God before he had to set out to do two things, that at the time had finally come. One, he has a friend. They have another friend of theirs, Tazrock, who has been taken. What is his? I didn't read up exactly. He is being interrogated by a Drow mage, Kareth. For why was he being interrogated? They believe that he actually is a spy. I think Tazrock may have spoken. I'm not sure exactly. I haven't been able to get all the details. Go figure. But he is basically, they have got him in a room to the east being interrogated, and I wish to free him because he is one of our members of our house. Freeing him and then helping assassinate Volenvel of Audrendar and destroy their hold on this level and levels above. In so helping us, I will show you the way to level 11. We will have to fight several groups of Drow that are in the area because these halls are teeming with the house as they have fortified this area quite heavily.
So basically, there are different factions of Drow here, right?
Well, there's different houses of Drow. Yeah, the Drow houses, fight for power, and he's telling you that the Arvindar, however you want to say it, are here, and his house, Wraith, is an enemy of them, and they are here studying what the house is doing and they want to basically end their hold on the area, and actually they think they could do some major damage to the house, even back, in Minza or wherever they, whatever other citadel they team from down in the Underdark, deep down at the Drow areas and all that. But he basically wants to end that woman's life and their control. It would be a major boon from our house if we were able to stop them.
So
He cares less for this area.
So you want us to give you a major boon for your house, and in return, you want to show us through to the next level down. That's the offer you're making?
He says, in exchange for helping killing the guards and rescuing his friend, he will show you the way to 11. He says, he just wants the help to that, but he will take care of, unless you want to accompany him to help try to kill the mistress, but he will take care of that. But he basically needs to get his friend out quickly from being interrogated before he is killed, because that will probably surely be what happens to him.
So you're capable of killing this other lady that needs to die, but you can't rescue your friend on your own?
Well, I'm gonna have to. He doesn't.
I'm kind of interested in the rescue mission.
Well, he says, no, if you don't want to help, that's fine. He says, we will do it ourselves. This would just be more. There's only a few of us. With your numbers, we can get through the contingent that's to the east and get to my friend quickly. But, or you may freely move on and go do what you want. But he wishes you the best of luck.
I don't mind helping. Sounds like fun.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested in the acquaintance. I'm not sure about faction wars necessarily, but the friend, someone in need, is quite interesting. What's your relationship and your involvement with this mage?
He has no relationship with them. They say that this mage is roaming the halls, and they can't get rid of it. Even they have been unable to free his presence of the level, but he is not in charge of that. Male drow are basically more fodder, used by the females and all that, and but you may not know.
And you also are familiar with the half scorpion.
They've seen him, and he's watched some of the drow been killed. These skulls that you see out, some of them I think were drow before the other house came here. This level, he doesn't know the history of this level, but there have been drow here before. But they built this area, and you can tell from the stonework and the trellis systems and all that stuff, that is definitely of drow craftsmanship. And he, but its history he does not know, but they have seen, and they have luckily fled when this vile creature comes a-calling.
Yep. So very little we'll find out from this
he does not know much else more about him. No. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
He says, so you make a good point, and he basically is studying what Felinial said, and he goes, fair enough. He says, if you also help in killing the head mistress, I do know where she keeps her treasure. And there's a back tunnel that will lead you to that area. I can show you where that is, too.
I'm going to approach him as he mentions that. Like, basically, he's offering us a deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to try to read him. Obviously, moving in close, unless he makes some...
He does tense up, though, and you see his hands kind of move to his weapons, but he doesn't draw them, and he's watching you as you move up close to him. Yeah.
When he starts putting it hands close to his weapons, I'm going to start getting a little closer also.
I just want to get a read on him saying that he actually. I want to see if I believe what he's saying. Is
You can
is
make
the
me an
goal here,
insight
like,
check. You can make me.
Trouble, he's lying.
Am I meant to roll something? Sorry, I think
Insight.
You broke up.
Insight.
Got it. Thank you.
He seems very assured of himself and what he's saying to you. He is being as friendly as a drow can to a surface dweller. He doesn't make shifty contact. He holds his ground. Though he does. He's not stupid.
Yep, understood. I'll look back at my colleagues and I'll ask, want to help this guy retrieve his friend?
I heard something about treasure.
Yep. He admits finally that if you agree to help kill the mistress too, then the treasure that she owns is yours. He has no need for it.
Then this next room over to the east.
You're breaking up really bad, Brian. Try again.
Didn't you say that the mistress is in this room over to the east that we have to go through?
No, so there's another, no, sorry, mistresses, but that's how they call them. But so there's one mistress, Drenrith, who's doing the training in the room to the east. He's talking about eliminating Volenvelv, the head of the house here. And she will be, he says she will more than likely be in her, probably in her throne room, where she likes to,
I like this plan. I'm happy to be part of it.
Yeah, this is kind of neat.
She will be in her temple, more than likely in her temple to the south, but we will have to, there's no way to get to the rest of this area without going through where the training group is doing their thing, he tells you. You have more temples and stuff to the west, and there's a, he talks about a room that's right across the hall here that has a funny 6-foot tall oval mirror in it with a stone frame that looks like someone's yawning. So something weird in the room to the north. But other than that, he says, if you want to help, then I will be more than glad to, I will go challenge Drenrith to a fight. And when I do that, that should allow you and your group to sneak up and attack.
Sneaking anywhere?
What now?
Do I look like I'm sneaking anywhere?
Well, that is your decision, but I'm telling you that the best way to keep them entertained, to allow you to have advantage on what's going on, is that she, I can challenge her, which will throw her into, a tizzy, set her off, that a male would be so brazen to challenge her. And when I do that, that will get you guys abilities to sneak up and possibly surprise the Drow to start off. But we will still have to deal with all of them, and I'm certain that her guardian spiders will be also somewhere in the ceiling above.
If
I do not say it's going to be easy.
Her, why can I challenge her?
Okay, are you asking me as seriously, or do you not know? So basically, you walk into that room and it's game on. Drow could care less about you. So if you go down the hallway, they're going to turn. He basically say, you go down the hallway, it's, then there's no more surprise. You're more than free, you are free, free spirit, or, individual, you may choose your own path. But if you're wanting to have one up on them in some degree, then I can
just
challenge
go behind you. Let's just get this on with.
Any other questions? No? Okay.
Is just from my point of view, is that the name you gave is the person that we saw in the battle, or that Linder saw fighting and training in the room over there, right? That's the target here.
He tells you there are multiple, they're mistress here. One of them, he says Drendrith is Volenbel's niece, and she is one of the higher elite warriors that trains combat training for the Drow. The mistress herself, she's down south in her temple room where she normally. Okay, so we're not dealing with her yet. No, you're going to go deal with the Drow in the room, because he says just to the east of there, down another hallway, is an interrogation room where they have his friend, and he wants to get there as quickly as possible to get his friend out of. Then we can regroup and plan what the next step is.
Okay, so we are going to this room over here to the east. Then.
You're going to the east. That's right. Yep. And what will happen is I will... Holy moly. Okay. So... Alrighty. So he will, let's see, where's the room here? He will step up to the altar, and he will make some movements. He will kneel. He will say some things in Undercommon. I don't know if anybody has that speech. And when he does, you see him kind of moving his hands kind of down in front of himself, and at the altar, you hear a click happen from behind the curtain to the south. And he walks over here, and he says, prepare. Sornaz looks to you, Quetzal, and says, can I have my weapons back, please?
Is the goal to just clear the room? Everything in it?
We need to kill them all. We can't let any of them escape.
Oh, that's pretty fierce.
Okay. But they are oh God. Holy moly. What the hell? Oh, we really did. Zeke wants to get in on it.
What?
Oh,
Shopping.
Zeke.
Shopping? You guys need to come around?
Well, they're kind of busy right now, Zeke. But maybe they should come shop after they get done with this. They have stuff they need to bring you.
Okay. Have fun. Don't die.
Leave it to Zeke to drop in, say hi. Maybe I'll hear his voice coming from the pile of skulls. Okay.
And now I understand that, Felino, you're not going to be that quiet. You're a big brute. Are you still able to cast Pass Without Trace?
Nope.
Mm-mm. He says, plan accordingly before I step through. And he'll pull the curtain back, and he'll just basically, he could show you that it's just... And once the door opens up, you begin to hear the same noises coming from the room to the east. If you have a better idea, he's all ears. But if not, then he thinks the best bet is to get their attention on him fighting her, allowing y'all to move up and to begin your attack.
That's great. Let's do it.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. But we put our colleague here at risk. This person, see if it's not identified, so I don't know his name. But this Jarl is. If it falls, we have no idea where this treasure is.
True. Is this him? Yeah, this is. Sorry.
Now, interesting enough, if we don't go into that room, no one goes into that room. We can kick off the. Well, can you describe the room they're in? Like, what's to the? We saw the bit of the eastern side, but we don't know what's to the north and the south. How big is this room?
It's just a big. What is that? A 60 by 60 room.
Okay. How many exits?
There's doors to the north and the south. There's a big fireplace on the northern wall that doesn't work. They've thrown what it was furniture that was in the room, whatever the room was. They've broken all apart, and there's a pile of it in the southeast corner, and they stuck all the rest of it into the hole of the fireplace to get it out of the way. And there's nothing else in that room.
I mean, if our goal is to wax that room, it's pretty fierce, number one, but it's also as I don't want to kill our instructor here, and we can do some serious damage with me and Linder, I think, as long as none of our colleagues are in the way. We can really take a significant amount of them and hurt them very, very seriously right from the start. However, if Quetzal or Shadow or our Drow colleague is actually in there challenging someone, we're going to hurt them dearly.
He will be in the. He will tell you. They will surround and cheer her on as we fight, just like they're doing now. Now, Shadow saw.
That means they're going to pull them all into one small spot. So there is an interesting way we could get the. What's this guy's name, by the way? Can you?
Yeah, Zarin. Yeah, I've identified him. Mm-hmm.
Like Zarin. Now, potentially, Zarin could go in, make the challenge. I could be invisible and hopefully not detected, and I can get Zarin out of there. But that extends. That gives Linder the opportunity to do some damage, and anybody else that can remote do damage. But I feel like if they're in there fighting and training, they're going to be kind of balled up anyway. I'm not sure the best thing is for Zarin to go first. We should maybe Linder and I could sneak up. We don't need to get that close.
I can shift back and do pass without trace too.
I mean, we got all kinds of AoE stuff. We can trash that room pretty quickly, I think. That doesn't mean we're going to wax them all, but some fireballs, some cloud kill that they don't expect is going to be way more potent. And if Zarin goes in the middle of that, he's going to die. So I think this is the time we plan this a little bit, be as efficient as we can, but we need Zarin to stay alive if we're going to collect this treasure, I think.
There we go. No more Earth Elemental.
Neat trick. Sornos.
Very neat trick. Yeah, I think if we get surprised, we drop some very potent spells first to initiate combat, and then it's going to significantly, hopefully, even the odds. How many people were in there? Do we know? 30 people?
He says there's probably 15, 16 max.
Pretty.
And that's what Shadow saw, roughly. With a quick peek around the corner.
We can probably get all of them.
Did he mention something about protectors or something too?
Say again now?
Didn't he mention something about protectors or something?
There are
Yeah,
giant
it's on the
spiders
ceiling.
in the ceiling. They're her guards.
Yep.
So one fireball on the ground, one fireball on the ceiling.
Or just 2 fireballs on the ground, and we'll deal with the spiders separately. It really would depend, right? The step one.
Well,
step two
you're
kind of
gonna.
thing.
So you're surprised. Yeah. So someone's gonna get. You get some. You're gonna get advantage on stealth checks to move up. But one of y'all initiates fireball. That sets it off, and that'll start combat then. So okay. That's how initiative will work. You don't. So you're gonna.
Yeah, it's fun.
So.
Well, we
Yeah,
can't simultaneously attack.
That's what I'm looking at. So, Jeers made to surprise the drow. Giant spiders while the contest rages. So,
Of course, we can always move into the next room and shorten our path down there by about 50 feet.
yeah. So,
The range on fireball is huge.
the range on fireball's huge, but you're going to have to get into there to see where to cast it. Don't you have to see where the fireball goes?
Dark or lit up?
Only the point where it starts from, not the whole thing.
Yeah. So you would have to, So you would have to decide fairly quickly where you're going to set it off. So I forgot, what is fireball's range again? It is
150 feet.
No, sorry. It's a 20-foot radius. I'm just trying to remember how big it is.
Radius,
That's all. That's what I'm trying to determine. Okay.
Yep.
So y'all tell me how you want to lay it out. But yes, he said if you use him, or if he says you have another plan, he is all ears. But you have to make the work quick. We can't let any of them escape.
Yeah, that's gonna be a real key as well. But that's fine. I can block doors. I can block at least one door anyway. So the entrance we go in, they're not coming that way. If we
He said there's doors to the north and to the south. You
Yep.
don't, and y'all haven't seen it. So Shadow's the only one so far that said anything to y'all about what he kind of saw, all the way down into a big room where all these drow were fighting.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, here's the plan. We go into the next room, open up the secret door again, cast Pass Without Trace. We go around the corner, we bombard the shit out of them, and then run in and kill them.
And what about the shit we don't expect?
Deal with it.
Then we do it.
Yeah.
Deal with it. Zarn,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah, let's
free to
do it
do
tomorrow.
that. Him and his companion will not step foot in that room.
Y'all stay in here, and when the fun starts, y'all can come in.
No. I want Zarin to go with us as we go in.
Zarn, well, he will make his way down the hallway, but he won't go into that other room.
We don't need to use that other room. We can just go through this door.
Yeah, it's no different.
Yeah, you'll have some
Okay.
checks. Yeah, you'll have a couple checks because you have your Pass Without Trace going on. I'm assuming that's because Felino's going to cast that. Put that on.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. But there's still,
I'm not really afraid of any
yeah.
stealth checks.
Yeah. It's up to y'all. So,
I think Zarin goes with us. I don't want to leave him out.
you just better hope none of them turn around, he says.
Don't worry, we'll be very sneaky.
Felinia, you think the other room gives us an advantage on being sneaky?
It just shortens the time of us going down there by about 50 or 60 feet, is all. So, that's all.
If we leave Zarin, although I believe that he's telling the truth, but if we leave him, he could easily backstab us. That's my worry.
He'll backstab us at some point anyway. So,
That's
not
not
terrible.
very nice.
He's
All
a
right.
drow. They betray everybody. That's what they do. So, I mean, we just be aware of that. That's all.
So the difference is either we go in and get first attack, fireball, sneak, or he goes in, challenges them, and while there's a hubbub, we are sneaking in, and maybe we get a better chance. But the problem with that is he gets fireballed.
He would not like that. He tells you he would not like to be fireballed. He would appreciate it if you would try not to singe him.
Now I can put him in Autoluke's sphere and protect him, and he can roll his ass in there, but that ain't really cool.
It will actually. He's going to say, "Are you able to keep from fireball making a lot of noise? Because if it goes off, it's going to alert the area, not just the drow there."
Oh, I see.
You got there are multiple patrols plus the troglodytes, and you'll just he basically says, "Are you really willing to do that? Because you're going to alert everybody in the area that y'all are here."
Doesn't he have silence?
I can cast silence.
But the point is that if we go in there and start slaughtering everybody, that's going to be different than casting a fireball.
Well, there's fighting, but the fireball itself will rock the area. We're fighting. It could just sound. He says it will sound just like them training. Don't you think?
I think training and Mortal Kombat don't sound the same.
Well, he would disagree with you, but he says you set off a fireball, then the gig's up.
Well,
if you remember correctly, they told us that sparring for them is Mortal Kombat.
Yep. We have other options than fireball. Now I do, at least. Lightning bolt is obviously Linder's option, but I have a cloud kill that's pretty silent, pretty quiet, and I also have cone of cold that would.
You're silent but deadly. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, silent but deadly.
I have cone of cold as well.
Yeah,
By the way,
yeah.
silence is just the same radius as fireball. By the way,
And cloud kill actually. You could double cloud kill them.
Cloud kill lingers around a little bit, so that's actually a really interesting.
You've seen
option.
it in action already, and so it basically you cast it, and then on turn atop of the round, it moves 10 feet away from the caster who set it off.
Yeah, we can really do some.
And it begins to fall down to the ground and seep around and all that. So dissipating.
Yeah, let's use. I love the fact that we realized with a little hint that fireball is dangerous here and could alert other people. That's a good point. So I think cloud kill becomes our go-to.
Yeah, Zoran looks at you, goes, "I'm not dumb."
I have a question. Do they have any kind of resistance to poison? Do you guys know? Zarin?
He will tell you that no, we're drow or not.
Okay.
And yeah, so they, that they have a few, innate abilities to cast, but now herself, she has, she is a mistress, but she is not she's more of a fighter. She's not a priestess.
So
Okay.
cloud kill is going to force them out of the radius. They're going to go north or south or right into us. I think.
I have an idea. I have greater
Okay.
invisibility. I'll upcast it to target both of us, and then we can go to the north and south and cover those doors before we cast the cloud kills.
Yeah, that's 2 5th level spells, God.
4th. Oh, cloud kill being 5th. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if most of these guys are the weaker males, as he said, they're not cloud kill. You don't really need them. See, this cloud kill is overkill, right? If they're like the 4 guards we fought in the first room, we can slaughter them without wasting 2 5th level spells on them.
So that is a fair point. A single cloud kill.
Oh, hang on. They immune to sleep. Are they subject to magical sleep?
They're elves. They're drows.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You know they are no different from any other elf.
All right, why don't we
I
do the same thing, but instead of cloud killing, we fairy fire them?
I think we both have greater invisibility, and that's
Yeah, we do.
that's a reasonable idea because we can cast non-concentration still. So there's no
Yep.
need for you to upcast it because I can use a level 4 spell as well.
Okay.
I only
And then,
I have a single 5th level spell. I don't have 2 because
well,
short rest only
why
gave
don't
me 1
we?
back.
Let's just have me and you go to the north and south and fairy fire them, and then everybody else can come in from the west.
Fairy Fire is great.
Yes, I agree.
I can be very fine also.
Zeke runs by the northern door screaming, being chased by a T-Rex. As y'all are standing talking, you see Zeke running down the hallway.
It'll be fine.
Jigs up! Zeke cast the wrong spell on something. Took it all away.
I like covering the doors. I think it's probably a reasonable idea to do that.
Are you sure you want you two covering the doors?
We can handle it.
With I can wall of force one of those doors and no one's getting through it without being there.
That's another 5th level spell, right?
It is a 5th level spell. Now I'm saying I don't want to use a 5th level spell because wall of force could be very, very useful in this fight. Either to wall off half the forces or piece of the forces where they can't attack, or to wall off a door so they can't run away. And running away is a big deal.
I guarantee you I can block off one of those doors without the use of a spell slot.
Whoa.
All right.
Nightheart, thanks for the raid, folks. How y'all
All right,
doing? What are we doing?
All right, so Felinio, you take the south door.
All right.
No one gets through that door.
Welcome, 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 Raiders.
And we need someone.
So I'll fairy fire from the west. Then I can cast greater invisibility on him.
I don't need greater invisibility.
Okay.
You just.
I'm going to be cast without trace, and I got my cloak of elvenkind, so I'll be very sneaky.
Okay.
And once they get down there, I just run over there, and then I'll shift into a fire elemental, and no one's going to go past me.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I can get to a
All
door without even running past everybody. I can just shadow step.
So you take the north door.
Why don't
And maybe
Kieran, why don't
Quetzal.
you and Shadow both take the north door, and I'll come in with everybody else from the west.
Yep. All right, that's the plan. And then I think Cloud Kill's a really good spell because it disrupts their vision. So if you can center Cloud Kill on them, Linder, it's going to force them to run out because they can't see us, and we can't see them, but they can't see us, and I think they're just going to split up, and then we have all the exits covered, and we'll work from there.
Okay.
I can make sure I can actually see them even if they're obscure.
I have blindsiding as well, so I should be okay, but I don't want to run into that Cloud Kill spell.
All right.
I'm just saying I can do true seeing.
All right. Everybody know
that's
what they're
it.
doing?
Yep. Woohoo! This is awesome.
All right,
Okay.
Let's do it.
So, who's stepping out first?
Well, first is going to be a pass without trace.
Okay. So it means all of you got to stay within 30 feet of each other as you move. Okay.
And we're gonna all be together, and Cloud Kill will drop, and we're gonna hit the doors, right? That's the
Yep.
Okay.
You guys are gonna move as I'm casting.
yeah. That obscures their vision. That allows us to get in
Okay.
place.
So you'll come around a corner and you're going to see down the hallway.
I guess we need to give you sneaks.
Well, you guys got to figure out because they're going to get, pass out trace there, but you're going to get hit with a couple of checks here because they are. You see them all centered up and in the center. And where is he? I'm missing somebody. Okay. And she is yelling at all. They're all kind of watching, and we'll put one in there. She's beating the snot out of one right now. So they are all watching intently. And that is what you see first. You do not see the rest of the room. Actually here. You can see that there's the back wall right back through there. Okay?
Yep.
And
Now, Linda, are you planning on going invisible, or are you just going to
Yes,
sneak?
I'm casting that on myself right now, actually. Greater
okay.
Images.
And the other y'all are going to make your way down the hallway, correct?
I think we're going to follow Linder.
Well, we're not going to be able to see Linder, so he's going to have to take care of himself.
That's a fair point.
Any checks, Brian? I'm going to be calling for that stuff. I would have put that in the tower. Okay?
I'm sorry. I will roll it again for you in the tower.
No, you're fine. I'm just saying. But Linder's moving forward. Now, the rest of y'all are coming up behind him. So he has to... Well, yeah. So, because pass out trace, you actually... That was going to... Actually, it should be... I actually should be rolling that as a group check in the deal here for all of y'all. I don't use that enough on the party sheet. I should, which I think is pretty cool because I can.
You're going south wall.
I could be doing that. Look at that. That's cool.
I don't like mine.
I know you don't. Even with the change. Okay, so y'all move.
Use inspiration.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. I'd like to use.
No, just roll me another stealth check. You can roll it out in the open. I'm just saying I hadn't used that in a while. So, you dropped a 9 instead of a 4, so it's still disadvantage. So 17 is still pretty good. Okay, so all right, so hold on.
The 2 drow in the room have passed without trace also. But
yeah, they're coming behind, and watching. I'm gonna assume this way, and you guys, so they've got a movement into the room. I've got some row that are going to, what was the lowest roll? A 17.
It was me. It's always me.
I know. And I'm going to roll. There are 3 really. So how do they want me to roll that? Let me see what this says. And Fight Club is the name of the room. Okay, so they're cheering and jeering, but there's no advantage on those checks. Well, y'all pass out. Trace gives you the roll, but you didn't need them because he didn't go in there. So we'll do perception.
We're not allowed to talk about that room.
There you go. 1. Oh boy, that's not looking good. It's a fail. The first steps are yours. Put yourself in squares. You may make your next movement. Now, Linda, you're invisible, so I'm not worried about you. Okay, what's the next group? What are the rest of you moving? Okay, Quetzal, Kieran, all right, and they're gonna.
I'm going to bonus action blade sing.
Okay. Oh, look at those rolls! Holy, what did I just see? A 42? That's Shadow. Oh my God! A 20 on the roll plus a 22 on the there. I don't even think that's not even possible. So what now? Yeah, you got. I see that. I see that too. I just saw this one. I saw a 42. I thought on a stealth check.
People forgot I was there from last week.
Yeah, Quetzal with his 8 and a 21. I don't think I can even grab a one. Oh, what was that? Oh, 17. Yeah, I'm not even gonna get anywhere near. Okay. So they're not paying attention. Your next movement.
I'm gonna turn to Quetzal and say very quietly, "Wait here until we initiate."
Okay. Okay, well, Felinial just ran right up to the wall
Are
there.
you taking into account how slow I am?
I know, but you ran right up into the
Don't worry
room.
about it.
You said
You're
next
covering-
movement, so I just did my movement.
You're covering the west with me. It's okay.
Shadow runs across the hall. Linder moves up. Quetzal.
You need 30 feet for 5 kill. 5 kills 120 feet, actually. Wow, that's
Yep.
huge range.
Okay,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I need Quetzal and Kieran to move up.
Supposed to stay still.
You don't? You can if you wanna. The Drow are moving up. Okay, you move up to the room. You're going to see, and there's going to be multiple checks here because you move straight into the room. You're going to see the rest of the room. You're going to see this. You will see the rest of the room, double doors to the north and the south, about 20 feet up off the ground, attached to the walls are spiders. And their checks, now that you have moved, I need to... Once again, Quetzal with the 17. All
He
right,
didn't move though.
Oh, he didn't move. My bad. Yep, he didn't. You're correct. So, looking there, I don't even think that that's a possibility that I can even come anywhere. 37, 37, 29, and a 38. Oh my God.
I love that spell.
Oh my Lord. So, but now pass without trace. But the main thing is that it makes you silent, but it doesn't make you unseen, though.
It does. What it says for Pass Without Trace, it says a veil of shadows and silence
Okay.
radiates.
Okay, the shadow does it for it. Yeah. So it basically blurs, kind of what's going on in front of you.
It
Okay.
hides your silhouette.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough, then. I stand corrected. What did I just see? I saw something for the DM.
Critical hit.
Was it a critical hit or... Wee! Yes, why not? I should be able to give some love. Okay, critical hit.
Wow.
They are fighting, and you see them all cheering as she knocks down this male drow, just sucker punches him with an uppercut deal, and just clocks his ass, and he drops. He's kind of blood spurting out. And he drops to one knee. Apparently, we have our spell. Yeah, as long as they're in the purple shade, that covers them.
Yep.
And is that your cloud kill? Is that your...
Yes.
Except I can't get into position now.
Sure you can.
I have to be able to see where I'm going.
There's non-shaded areas. Oh, okay. Well, do your thing first then. I'm just drawing the circle.
Well, so I need actions. If he moves, that negates that they could have a reaction to that. So
Well, he would be just shadow stepping, right?
I'll be shadow stepping, yes.
Cast a spell. It's heavily obscured. They won't be able to see you anyway.
Shadow step isn't a spell.
I know. The circle is heavily obscured, which means they won't be able to see you. It's basically like being in darkness. Heavily obscured means you can't see.
they won't
But
see
I
out. It's
can't
basically
see where I have to go.
To see. Just walk around the circle and shadow step to the other side. You can still do it.
Yeah, those spiders are up in the ceiling. They can't.
the
hit you
spiders
from
are 20 feet up off the ground. Yes.
Okay,
So
that
from
might
your
be okay.
angle, could you see the door? Yeah, I'd probably say you could see if you stepped another 5 feet up and looked around the corner, you would have a shot at the door over there.
Okay.
Okay. So, what is the actions going to be here? Shadows moving and stepping over here. Now, you can there are 10-foot, those are 10-foot doors, so you can block one tile of it, but they can still go past you on the other guys. You can't stand in front of both doors and block it out completely. Just so you know. Now, Felenio can if he was, a bigger creature. But a medium creature, you must be in a square.
Well, so the plan here, obscure their vision and do some damage. And me and Shadow go to the north door and occupy 2 squares.
You can do that. Yep.
And the effort is to prevent anyone running out.
That's legit.
Just cast the spell. You got this. Go ahead.
Linder?
We're getting a surprise round. Yeah, I'm casting.
Okay. You're getting and Shadow steps up. Boom's over here. Linder, you cast. Would you please?
I don't think you do anything until their turn.
You don't. That's true. You're right. So what? 5, 10, 15. Are you dashing here? So it's. I don't know. You would get a full action. Okay. Yeah. All right.
That is my total move.
Yeah. Okay.
Without dashing.
Millennial. Okay. So you're moving. Are you changing?
He can change as a bonus, so.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was doing. So I'm just making sure. I was waiting for it. I thought that's why he was putting himself in the square before he. Would you untarget everybody that you have targeted for some reason? Okay. So these two are going to they're going to kind of flank the area here. They don't know where Linder's at and draw their weapons. And Quetzal, what are you doing?
I'm going to move forward.
There. But you don't know Linder's there.
Nope.
Okay.
That's as far as you can move, though.
Yeah, no. Okay.
Also all
right. And there we have our spell cast, and that is where we'll hold until 2 weeks from tonight.
Nice.
Wonderful.
All right.
I was trying to drag it out just a little bit to get y'all prepped, and then we'll start the session off with a big old bang next week. 2 weeks.
Now the reason I didn't dash is so that I could still take an action from where I'm at.
Yeah. And Cyber, I'm going to give you the card back so that you can play that in 2 weeks and give it to me, please. I don't want you to forget about it. Okay. Boom. Okay. So that is where we will hold. There was no way I was going to start a big battle like this with a few minutes left on the show. So we would.
It won't be long, probably is my guess.
Now, don't be cocky. Yeah, we are going next week. We are going dark. I said 2 weeks, Josh. Sorry, I did say a week, but we are, yeah. Okay, so we will hold there. We appreciate the raid from Nightheart. Sorry, we were going to cut it just a tad bit short, but we end at 10:30 on our Tuesday show. Everybody else goes much later. But we will hold here for tonight. We will be back tomorrow night for Joshua Show's Mech 45 Tales of the Sanguine Isles. Thursday night, we'll be back here with King Bashman for the Yawning Portal. And then Friday night, I will be back with the Dingalings for Waterdeep Dragon Heist. And then we are off next week, folks. We're going to go dark for the week to gear up, just taking a little time off. But then we'll be giving away prizes all of the week of the 17th. We're going to be giving away dice trays, just some, nice little gifts. I've been doing it every year as silliness for celebrating my birthday on the 17th. I've been trying to get a painting show going forever. I'm going to try to spin it up on the 17th, that Monday night, and do some miniature painting again. This will be like the third time I've tried to get this off the ground. But now with Josh and Jeff's running games, it gives me a little bit of freedom to bring some other programming to the channel. And that is where we stand at. I've got some stuff I'm working on Sunday, and then we'll be prepping for the week off, and we'll come back in with the Flash on the 17th, which is my actual birthday. There you go. So, Anything else, guys, or is that it? We're good to go. We're done for the evening. Thank you very much. Good job. Oh, and I'll go look at the log of why that doing, but I will give you the XP. Y'all just got the Nikolaos, so that gave you a little XP right there for the moment.
Well, last week.
I'm gonna go look at that and see what's going on there. Because it was only 20. It was only 2,000, 2,000. Yeah. So because you only had that one fight. Okay. That's it. So, folks, thanks for watching. Like I said, back here tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, for Tales of the Sanguine Isles with Josh's group. What do they call? What is the group called? I forgot. They've got a name. The Disasters, something like that. And then Thursday's group is Dern and Expendables, which I thought was kind of nice. And then Fridays are Keys Dingalings, because they make a lot of noise. So, Chaos Inc. Okay, got it. Good to go. All right, that's it, folks. So, gents, say goodnight to the group. We'll catch y'all tomorrow night back here on the channel. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye.